Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio refuted President Duterte's claim in his SONA that the West Philippine Sea is now occupied by China.
Separately, the chief executive urges Congress to postpone the 2020 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan polls. Dale De Vera with the rest of the details.
President Duterte dedicated a portion of his fourth SONA to the territorial dispute in the West Philippine Sea and Manila's ties with Beijing. The president again pinned the blame on his predecessor, former President Noynoy Aquino, who he said was the reason why the Philippines lost Scarborough Shoal and the Panganiban Reef. Duterte was referring to a standoff between China and the Philippines back in 2012, where Aquino subsequently ordered the withdrawal of Philippine ships. He said he can only appeal to China to allow Filipino fishermen to fish in the area. The chief executive went as far as saying that China holds possession of the West Philippine Sea.
You know, I cannot go there even to bring the Coast Guard to drive them away. China also claims the property and he is in possession. Yan ang problema. Sila yung in possession and claiming all the resources there as an owner. We are claiming the same, but we are not in the possession because of that fiasco. Noong dalawang nag-stand off doon during the time of my predecessor, si Albert Ambassador, if I'm correct, I do not know his real name. Tayo ang umatras. Pag sabi na umatras, that was a kind of a compromise. Tayo ang umatras. Nung umatras tayo, pumasok sila. Marami na. That day, we lost the Spratly and the Panganiban. Yan ang totoo. Walang bulahan yan.
Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio was quick to refute President Duterte's claim. In a statement, Carpio said that foreign naval bodies like the US and Japan frequently sail and conduct drills in the South China Sea and the West Philippine Sea, which demonstrates that the two are separate bodies of water. In fact, Carpio says China only holds 7 features in the Spratlys, as well as the Scarborough Shoal. The magistrate added that the total features secured by China is only less than 7% of the disputed territory. Foreign Affairs Chief Teddy Boy Locsin reacted to Carpio's statement, saying the Philippines has no power to dislodge China from the 7% controlled by Beijing. But he says the Philippines can draw a red line around that 7%. Meanwhile, Duterte said that the conflict in the disputed seas compels him to tread carefully, as he again floated the idea that standing up to China could mean war.
On the matter of the West Philippine Sea, the avoidance of conflict, armed conflict, and protection of our territorial waters and natural resources compel us to perform a delicate balancing act. A shooting war is grief and misery multiplier. War leaves widows and orphans in its wake. I am not ready or inclined to accept the occurrence of more destruction, more widows, and more orphans should war, even on a limited scale, breaks out.
Duterte also said the Philippines will fight for the country's rights in the West Philippine Sea, but that would need perfect timing.
Short of expressly advocating a call to arms, there are those who say that we should stand up and stop those who fish in our economic zone. Of course, we will do in due time.
The president said that despite all this, the West Philippine Sea still belongs to the Philippines, but the country has to deal with what he describes as realities of the present time.
The West Philippine Sea is ours. There is no ifs and buts. It is ours, but we have been acting along that legal truth and line. But we have to temper it with the times and the realities that we face today.
Meanwhile, the president urged Congress to pass a law that would postpone the barangay and SK elections in 2020 to 2022 to give more time to barangay officials to finish their projects.
Congress has to postpone the May 2020 election. And yung barangay Sangguniang Kabataan to October 2022. Because if you read it, to rectify the truncated terms, paiba-iba na eh. The truncated terms of sitting barangays, but also provide them with the ample time to finish the programs and projects. I suggest Congress should also enact the Magna Carta for barangays.
For News 5, Dale De Vera, we are One News.